So in yesterday's video I went over why GTA 6 got delayed, but in this video I would like to go over the events that followed after the recent firings by Rockstar amongst a couple of employees, really important employees by the way, which of course led to the delay of GTA 6 a week later, announced a week later anyways. And I'd also like to remind you from last video, the specific line that I would like to bring up again. They refused their right to union representation in the disciplinary meeting, which is against UK employment law. Just to let you know. So let's start off with a few snips that I've taken from Twitter amongst a couple of accounts from of course the following order, where of course IWGB, who is standing with these fired ex-Rockstar employees, have stated this is the most ruthless act of union busting in the history of the UK games industry, where yesterday, on October 30th, the Rockstar Games have fired over 30 employees for union activity, but this union activity, their goal was just to aim for a better working environment. Especially noting the company's mandatory crunch rule that they have implemented over a year ago to try and make for the deadline for the release of GTA 6, which of course took a toll on of course human beings' lives, making them much more tired, much more fatigued, and as a result of them trying their best to make into office, not getting adequate pay as a result of their hard work. And mind you, these employees we're talking about are the hard-working ones who have actually released these GTA games to you over the past couple of games, the past, years or so. We're not talking about tier 1 Rockstar support who really don't do anything at all, but they're the ones making more money off Rockstar than these guys, which I feel definitely bad for these guys being fired, being chosen. Talk about the devs, not the tier 1 support. But anyways, Rose Greer has also stated the Scottish Greens stand with the dozens of workers sacked by Rockstar Games for exercising their rights to organize a union, which they state to reinstate them now, then get around the table and give your staff the pay and conditions they deserve for making you billions. GTA Base has also stated, this should be boots on the ground. Our team member Yangi is currently at the union protest outside Rockstar North. They will have updated coverage and interviews as things develop. Of course, beyond everything else that they stated, a speaker has mentioned, which they have quoted, "We will not stop fighting until there is a union, not just at Rockstar, but at every company in the industry." GTBS has also shown a short video of someone making calls for reinstatement and back pay compensation. Some people have also had some signs stating "Say sorry, be nice, stand up for the workers' rights." Of course, "Say sorry, be nice" is a quote that Rockstar used not too long ago as a way for online players for GTA Online to respect each other online, to create a healthy gaming environment. And as you can see, there's a bunch of people who are with this protest, so this protest is pretty serious, which honestly it should be considered serious in my personal opinion. Now they've also interviewed 3 former developers, which here are some questions and answers from at least up to 3 devs across this interview. So the first question, how have you been impacted by the recent union busting? Some have stated, 2 of myself and my colleagues, our lives have been completely flipped upside down. We've had people on paternity and mental health leave when emails were sent straight into their inbox. Someone else said, yes I have. I was brought into a meeting on Thursday morning. It was framed as a catch-up, and in that meeting I was told I was being fired. No evidence was provided and I was asked to leave the building. And someone said, not personally, but I was on the committee before I left in February. I'm not as much impacted as the 34, but these people set me on the path of the workers' right movement. Are you a part of a union? What made you want to join one? Someone stated, I joined the union prior to joining Rockstar, mainly because I believe in a better games industry for workers. Someone else said, so I've been a member since 2020. I think it is. I've been in the industry long enough to see that change only happens from outside pressure, be that at Rockstar or elsewhere. And another dev stated, I heard there was a movement towards it early last year. It was a no-brainer to join. I had a thought it would go nowhere, but I was blown away by everyone's passion and compassion. It became a priority for me. Everyone is amazing. The talent is incredible. One important question, what can Rockstar do to improve their work culture? One dev said, by not firing 34 employees who only wanted to make Rockstar a better workplace. While someone else said, listen to workers, allow staff members to secure their workplace and their rights in that workplace. A question, how do you think fans can help with this situation? One said, just share our stories, we will make no secret of it. Another said, keep the conversation going and possibly donating to the Solidarity Fund. And another dev said, just support all the people fired, support the staff. Remember, behind these doors, these are all normal people who go home to their families. The public only see the finished product, they don't see the day-to-day work from the employees. Support is what we need, and donating to our fund would be great. Another question, Rockstar Games are currently working on one of the most anticipated media products of all time. Do you reckon the pressure from the fanbase has had an impact on the vibe at the studio? And some devs have answered, I think the vibe has always been one of excitement. I joined 3 years ago and I think the vibe has only ever been positive when talking about the project. Someone else stated, I think the current atmosphere inside the Rockstar offices is due to Rockstar management's decisions and Rockstar management's decisions alone. And another one said, yes, the pressure immediately will take them by surprise. I imagine this will take Rockstar by surprise. I think they'll expect us to just move on, but we're going to show that's not the case. Some other questions. Take-Two Interactive have claimed these firings were due to gross misconduct and leaking of company secrets, which is actually not true. We know the reason why, because of my last video that I've stated. And what do you have to say about this? Do you have any idea of what they mean by it? One dev said, I think the only thing I can say on that is I can't say what they were for, but I can say it was definitely related to trade union activity. Another dev even asked, where are the leaks? We've seen the protests outside the Take-Two office in London really take off. Does that give you hope for justice? What does justice look like to you? Dev 1 said, justice for everyone here to me looks like a fairer process. Every developer here was dismissed without process or fair warning. Justice to me looks like a fairer shot. Another dev said, justice is reinstatement and justice is working together to allow a recognized union and Rockstar. And another dev said, I always have hope for justice. That's why we're here. We need to show people there's hope and justice can be served. I think we're seeing that more and more every day with the rise of unions. Is there anything else you'd like to add? One dev said, discuss unionization in your workplace because everyone's going to go through bad times. Nobody should go through them alone. And another dev said, reinstate our co-workers. They've even asked a rep of the IWGB union a variety of questions, and they of course have answers I'm going to show you in just a moment. But of course, for those who did receive the pamphlet, if you wish to support the cause, the QR code on the pamphlet has what you need. So the interview with the spokesperson for the IWGB union, question, why are you here today? They said, we're protesting today to demand the reinstatement of the more than 30 fired Rockstar employees that we believe were illegally sacked due to trade union activity. Another question, how do you plan to fight this? The IWGB is currently pursuing all legal avenues to demand workers are reinstated and grant them interim relief, and will continue protests at Rockstar and Take-Two until workers are back in their jobs. What can fans do to help with this situation? Spread the word! Rockstar's ruthless union busting shouldn't be swept under the rug by misleading statements. The over 30 fired workers were talented and hardworking individuals who put their heart and soul into the games they make, and by firing them, Rockstar have admitted they care more about crushing a union than they do about getting GTA 6 out on time, looking after their fans, or treating staff with dignity and respect. Take-Two Interactive have claimed these firings were due to gross misconduct and leaking of company secrets. What do you have to say about this? Do you have any idea what they mean by it? We refute that confidential information was shared publicly. Workers only communicated in private and legally protected trade union channels and did not leak any information publicly. Where are the leaks? Another question, we've seen the protests outside the Take-Two office in London really take off. Does it give you hope for justice? What does justice look like to you? It's inspiring to see so many people come out on short notice to support workers like this. We believe that through our collective power, we can get justice for Rockstar workers and create a fairer, more equitable Rockstar for everyone. They also got a quote from Union President Alex Marshall. Rockstar continued to deflect from the real reason for these dismissals. They are afraid of hardworking staff privately discussing exercising their rights for a fairer workplace and a collective voice. Management are showing they don't care about delays to GTA 6 and that they're prioritizing union busting by targeting the very people who make the game. In recent years, Rockstar executives have benefited from 443 million euros in tax relief while showing total disregard for the law or the livelihoods of their staff. At every turn, they've chosen profits over both workers and fans at their games. That sounds like Rockstar basically in a nutshell. Believe it or not, that's why GTA Plus released, because they didn't care about giving you the rewards or anything, but they wanted to give it some meaning, so of course that's why they're still giving, monthly benefits for you guys to mindlessly spend money on. They don't care about you. They're not doing it just to give you free rewards. They're doing it because they just want your money. They know GTA 6 is not going to release anytime soon, so what better way could they make money off you guys before that game ever does release? But at the end of the day, like I've even stated in my previous video, this all wouldn't have ever happened if serious development on the game would have begun in 2020 and would have begun much earlier than that. Their other excuse was that they were waiting for a specific, more advanced gaming engine to put their product onto, but at the end of the day, if GTA 6 released that was just slightly better than GTA 5, couldn't they waited for this gaming engine for GTA 7, let's say? Or a completely new Grand Theft Auto or something? whatever they want to title it, maybe a San Andreas Stories, I don't know, anything. In the end though guys, I hope you found both these videos highly informative, and that is generally all of the serious things going on in the background after the firings of these employees. But like I said, these aren't just, you know, take one, or they're not just the tier 1 Rockstar support employees who got fired who tried organizing a union. It's serious workers who actually care about the company beyond profits or anything. They just care about their working environment, the company. They just wanted better working conditions overall. Serious developers who were off sick recovering from surgery or on paternity leave. They're even discussing key issues that affected them, featuring worsening crunch, inadequate pay, and inflexible working arrangements. All of that they were trying to discuss. They weren't just unionizing against the company, they were just unionizing for better conditions, to basically be able to have a better focus on releasing GTA 6, and that's not allowed because they of course cared more about money than anyone's well-being or anyone's safety and security. That just sounds like Rockstar. That just sounds like Rockstar and who they've been over the past few years. I'm glad they released BattleEye, but even then they didn't really want to have people protected because they didn't even make BattleEye do its job fully. It's absolutely sick. That's what Rockstar is nowadays. They just don't want people to work for them. They want robots to work for them. It's like you have to apply in your resignation stating, the moment I start working for this company, I confirm that I will be a complete robot with absolutely no emotion, no family, no sleep schedule, no health issues, absolutely nothing that will affect my working conditions, and I will work for you 24/7 if I have to. Basically, that's what people have to be nowadays for Rockstar, and even then they still might fire you. Rockstar, I don't get it. But anyways, that's all I really want to rant about for this few extra moments for this video. Hope you guys did find any of this informative, or any of this news interesting, as a matter of fact. And I can't believe this is an act committed by Rockstar Games, a company I used to respect so long ago when they made GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, you name it. It's like they just begun to care more about money than people and their well-being. Absolutely sick. And there's still people out there who will continue paying for GTA Plus and shark cards, trying to support this company, trying to support these actions. I've never subscribed to GTA Plus, and I never will, and I've never even purchased a shark card. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think I ever will as a result of this. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. But that's all I really want to say or rant about. Thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good week. Be safe out there. And of course, share this video with your friends to spread the word. Of course, the support is never forced, but it's appreciated. Of course, giving you real, true information, factual information. None of these speculation, none of theories, absolutely no garbage like that. And that's all I want to say. Just keep this video shorter than it really should. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a good day.